Well, good morning and welcome to the Grow Omaha show on News Radio 1110 KFAB. I'm Jeff Beals, your co-host from NAI NP Dodge Commercial Real Estate Company. We're also brought to you by D&M Roofing, Omaha's premier commercial and residential roofing contractor. Well, without any further ado, it's time to bring on my co-host, a man who, like me, is sitting in the sun at this moment, Trenton Magid.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jeff.
And the reason we're sitting in the sun, Trenton Magid, is because we are live on location at Eagle Mortgage. You know Eagle Mortgage. They are one of the sponsors of our show and a great company celebrating their 30-year anniversary this weekend. Hard to believe how fast that time goes.
Yeah, we were here 5 years ago for their 25th anniversary, and another beautiful day.
It is a beautiful day, and as part of the 30-year anniversary celebration, the Pancake Man is here, and you are invited. So come on out here to Eagle Mortgage. It is right at the corner of 114th and Davenport. That's just about a block or two south of 114th and West Dodge Road, and the pancakes are free. They also have the sausage and beverages.
And balloons for the kids. A balloon lady is making all kinds of animals.
And there's a guy over there just to our front right with the airbrush tattoo, so you can get a tattoo. I'm thinking it's temporary. Hope so, because some of the kids have been getting them. But right now, there's no one at the tattoo station so for crying out loud, get to the tattoo station.
Well, Holly and her team at Eagle Mortgage do a great job. They're a great sponsor of our show and good friends, and definitely come out, meet us. Till 10:30, they've got pancakes, they've got tattoos, they got balloons, and you'll be home in time to watch the Huskers play.
That is if you want to watch it.
True.
At any rate, we are going to, speaking of Eagle Mortgage, go into our News of the Week, brought to you by Eagle Mortgage. And for the News of the Week, quite a few things for us to talk about. And the first thing is the Kiewit Luminarium. It has topped out. And topping out, Trenton, is when you put up the last highest piece of structural steel.
Absolutely. This is a huge project. I think, what is it, $100 million?
Yeah, $100 million and a couple $1 million worth of change.
And but this is a great. The downtown is totally transforming. We've been talking a lot about downtown and you know, increasing the cleanliness and the opportunities downtown, but with the $350 million riverfront transformation, the Kiewit Luminarium, and it is going to be rocking over the next couple of years.
Yeah, when I was doing my weekly Grow Omaha tour, I was driving downtown and went and saw the steel superstructure going up for the Kiewit Luminarium, drove around that area, and saw some of the other stuff going on there. That Mercantile project, which is the north side of the ConAgra campus, and
they're starting the second phase of it, the second that mixed use building along 10th Street.
Yeah, it really looks good. I mean, and that building, it's only 5 stories, but the street presence that it has right on 10th and Farnham has a very cool, dense urban feel to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And our downtown is strong, and it'll just be stronger.
And there's been a lot of talk lately about adjacent buildings that will be happening right around the Gene Leahy Mall and maybe eventually Heartland of America Park. You know, last week while you were out on vacation, Roger Olson and I were talking about all of that discussion that was going on about where to locate the library, and every indication is that there's going to be a substantial office building on the site of the current downtown library. And then there's talk about, you know, maybe something like a 4 to 10 story mixed use building on the square block to the east of that, which had always been the westernmost part of the Gene Leahy Mall,
where the construction equipment and cars are parked right now.
Yeah, they're kind of using it as a staging area, aren't they?
Right, so you could see the library. It's been talked about for a long time, but I think there's a lot of traction. You got the Farnham Hotel project there, and then you got 14th and Farnham, and we could see the library be taken down, probably underground parking, as well as connected to the property to the east. We're talking about maybe 6 or 10 stories or something like that, but the office building where the library is, that could be up to 15 stories.
Yeah, or maybe even more. Who knows? So it'll be pretty exciting. And that doesn't even include the square block where the old Union Pacific headquarters was torn down many years ago. There's been a lot of talk about that being an office building at some point in time in the future. So much growth potential. And, while we're downtown, let's talk a little bit about Creighton University. They had a big week. Creighton had a huge week this week.
They're raising money like never before.
Yeah, that was
it 143 million or something like that?
That was one of the big news items we have for you about Creighton. They had record fundraising. In fact, their press release said unprecedented donor support led to record-breaking philanthropy for the university in fiscal year 2021. The exact number, Trenton, $143.6 million raised.
This year so far.
Yeah, or fiscal year 2021,
That's
which
right.
It sounds like it must have ended.
Annualized.
Yeah, or it's already ended. Their fiscal year has already ended, perhaps. But this came from 17,300 alumni, foundations, and various other people and organizations. And the total far exceeded the university's previous fundraising record from 2018 of only $80.6 million.
Well,
they're on a roll.
They have the new dental school there. They have the new Clarence Werner. What is that, medical school?
Yeah, it's it's kind of a health sciences center. Let me see if I can find what the exact name of that is. Yeah, it is called the there it is, the C.L. Werner Center for Health Sciences Education. That should start going up. We've talked about that project before. That should start going up soon, right at North Freeway and Cumming.
Yeah.
But then the other big thing, two other big news items came out of Creighton University this week. The other is they had their groundbreaking for their 5-story, $37 million residence hall dorm for freshmen. And this is their first residence hall construction since 2006. The first building constructed exclusively for freshmen since the 1960s. But this 5-story building will house 400 students. It's going to be right west of their baseball practice facility, east of a parking garage, right around 23rd and Burt Street.
So this is a lot. The way they describe it with the common kitchens and doubles and singles, and a heck of a lot nicer than you and I had when we were in college.
Oh, yeah. My freshman year of college, I lived in a fraternity, and we had a third-floor sleeping dorm where all the freshmen, it was one of those open-air dorms with rows and rows of bunk beds, and I think we had like 35 guys that had to be up in the sleeping dorm, and let's just say it was kind of hard to get some sleep. Yeah, way better than what you and I had in college. You were like in probably a typical dorm room, weren't you?
Yeah, down in Tulane in New Orleans, yeah.
Okay, well then the final thing that Creighton had happen this week, or they announced this week, was that the university was ranked in the top third of national universities by U.S. News and World Report. Of the approximately 1,400 four-year schools ranked nationwide by U.S. News, only 389 of them are classified as national universities. So another good thing there. But I don't want UNMC to feel left out.
UNMC is on fire as well, and they're always doing huge projects. And we're just on the cusp of this next project that could be up to $3 or $4 billion. So I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, and just this week, UNMC announced that the National Institute of General Medical Sciences has awarded UNMC the largest research grant in its history, over $20 million. And this is pretty impressive. So a good week for higher education in our city. So, Trenton, there's a building in downtown Omaha right by the county courthouse that a lot of people probably never even look twice at. The address is 1623 Farnham Street. You and I were involved in selling that building like 20 years ago for a client out of California.
Yeah.
And it's hard to believe how fast that time has gone by. But this is an 8-story building. It
Big
kind of
transformation.
It blends into the downtown fabric. And they just opened. The grand opening celebration is 23rd. It's now this massive carrier-neutral data facility.
It's a big. Was it $30 million? It was a big.
Yeah, looking like $40 million actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, huge project. At any rate, so that big opening's coming up pretty soon, and then there are, it just kind of goes to show you there are a lot of buildings in our city in which amazing things are happening, and a lot of people have no idea what they are. They even exist because on the outside they just look like another building.
Absolutely, a lot of construction going on.
And that is your news of the week, which is brought to you by Eagle Mortgage, EagleMortgageCompany.com. And speaking of Eagle Mortgage, we're here today at Eagle Mortgage, 114th and Davenport Street, just south of 114th and Dodge. The Pancake Man is here. It is open to the public.
Free.
As you like to say, it
doesn't cost you anything.
Don't cost you nothing. That's normally what you say.
All right.
Okay, I have to give you your line sometimes. But it's free. Come on in, get some pancakes. They even have sausage links. They have beverages. There's face painting. There's balloons. There are dancing girls. Well, there are no dancing girls. But anyway, it's a very fun, festive environment. Come and join us right here at Eagle Mortgage. When we come back, we're going to talk about some of the things that are going on in the mortgage world, some financing issues, and some things you might want to know if you or one of your loved ones is thinking about buying a house, selling a house, moving, or anything like that. So you are listening to Jeff and Trenton live on location on Grow Omaha, brought to you by D&M Roofing and NAI NP Dodge on News Radio 1110 KFAB. Free pancakes, people. Get out here to Eagle Mortgage, 114th and Davenport. We are celebrating the 30-year anniversary of this company. And all those years it's been doing such a great job of taking care of people with, the biggest purchase of most people's lives. And so if you want to come join us and celebrate, the Pancake Man is here. We've got a lot of Grow Omaha listeners wandering about, waiting to get those pancakes. They have tattoos for those people who are so inclined, balloons.
Temporary tattoos, that is.
we hope so. It would be a hell of a prank, though, if it was really not a temporary tattoo. But at any rate, we are going to bring on the grand poobah of Eagle Mortgage, Holly Schneidwind. Holly, how you doing?
Hey, good morning.
Congratulations on 30 years in business.
Yeah, it doesn't quite feel like that. It feels like it was just yesterday that I graduated from grade school and got started.
And got started here, yeah.
Yeah.
You're a busy person.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I have a lot of good help, so yes.
You do have a great team here, and we have talked to so many listeners in the 6 years that you guys have been a partner with us. We have talked to so many listeners who have said that they have done loans here, and they always talk about the service, how you guys do such a good job of answering questions, because a lot of times when people are buying a house, they're pretty stressed out, especially if you have people that haven't bought a house in many, many years, or they're a first-time home buyer.
Yes, it's not an easy process, and I think that coming to Eagle Mortgage or anybody that has been doing loans for a long time definitely helps. I mean, being able to use this as an advisor, I get a lot of people that I'm like, just call me with any questions. If I can't do it all, we can help. We can at least get you somewhere where you need to be. We're not going to hopefully lead you astray and waste a bunch of time. So that's kind of where we're at. We help a lot of people with purchasing, and now's a great market to purchase in.
Holly Schneiderwin, owner of Eagle Mortgage. This industry has changed so much in the 30 years that Eagle Mortgage has been around, and we didn't have the internet, we didn't have email, and there was a lot of probably faxing when you started, and rates were what, 7.5%?
Yeah, well, I was trying to remember back when we first started, and yeah, we had the curly paper fax, whatever that is.
Thermal paper or whatever?
Thermal paper, whatever. And yes, we had to mail everything. It was snail mail, waiting for it to come back. It was originals. I mean, we really needed people met in person. Oh my gosh, can anybody out there believe that? We actually had face-to-face and live signatures.
The humanity.
Yeah, and how did we ever get anything done? I don't know. But yes, it was a way different environment.
And people didn't even have to be licensed back then to originate mortgages, right?
Nope, not at all. So I know anybody could come in and write your loan. They could help your loan, originate your loan. And now we, of course, when the market, 2007, 2008, when it crashed and we had that big old burnout. Then, and of course, the brokers, we were not to blame, but yes, we were part of the bucket where now we had to get licensed. So everybody who wasn't working for a bank had to go take their tests, do some classes, and then actually pass to be able to now originate somebody's loan.
So it's obviously more regulated now, which is probably a good thing, but you're able to simplify the process and really streamline it, right?
Yes. There's still underwriting. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can't just show up, make an application, and that's it. So people think we ask for paperwork and documentation. So you just kind of go with your loan officer. And I'll tell you what, if a loan officer asks you for tax returns, provide the tax returns. So it's just, it makes it a lot easier if you provide everything that your loan officer, bank, whatever, when you're working with a loan, to provide them up front, and it goes much smoother, trust me.
So the interest rates are very low, but they've been low for a while now.
Yep.
Are there still people doing refinancing, or has everyone who wants to refinance refinanced?
No, we are still doing a ton of refinancing. And you know what? Some people just haven't taken the time to do it, and now they're taking the time to do it. Maybe the time wasn't right before. So we are doing still a ton of refinancing. People are deciding, maybe they were looking at trying to move, or they decide to stay. So now they're trying to take cash out or equity out to do some home remodeling. They're going to stay, update, versus before. And if you're working with your realtor to sell, maybe you don't have to do those updates before you sell. I mean, there's kind of a limited supply out there. So,
well, you see remodeling and construction trucks in almost every driveway, it seems like, and it's certainly now. You pointed out earlier before this interview that lumber prices went way up, and now they're way down, and you're seeing the effect of that on the mortgage market too.
Oh yeah. So before, your dollar's going to go a lot further now than when this pandemic, or and I'm not really sure, and I can't tell you, maybe why the price of a piece of plywood went from, and I'm going to throw out some numbers, I'm sure I'm not exactly, but what was it, $75 down to $18, or maybe it was $60 to $18 a sheet? I don't quite get it, but why? I'm not sure, but now you can get a lot more done for littler dollars.
But you still have the labor issue, and you still have the supply chain and that kind of stuff.
True.
So, but no, I think that what's your sense of mortgage rates now, compared to say a year ago and a year from now? And I realize you don't have the crystal ball, but what's your take on mortgage rates?
I think right now that the lowest they've been in a long time. I mean, they bounce around, and I watch it every day, so where somebody wouldn't quite know, I mean, I can see exactly kind of what it's doing in a day's time. They're still great. I mean, we're doing government loans at mid-twos for a 30-year fixed, and sometimes even below that. You've got a 15-year mid-twos on a conventional. So, rates are subject to all kinds of different variables. So in order for you to know, you've got to make the phone call and ask. And it's really not as painful as everybody thinks. I do ask a lot of questions, so you got to kind of be prepared, or at least we'll find the answers. But, make the call, find out, can we save you money? Can you qualify? I had somebody say, well, we probably can't do it right now. I'm like, well, you don't know unless you apply. So let's do.
What's the best way to apply at Eagle Mortgage? Is it online? Is it in person?
All of the above. Best way is actually probably online to get started, but not everybody's an online user or wants to. So you would have to call to make an appointment in our office, but at the eaglemortgagecompany.com, you can go on there, make that application. We pull it in within usually, business day, within 24 hours or 48, it gets pulled in. If there's a rush, call. We can take a look at it, make sure we get it pulled in, answer some questions. We do that all the time.
We're talking with Holly Schneidwind, owner of Eagle Mortgage, in the Eagle Mortgage parking lot right now.
Oh, yes.
We're celebrating the 30-year anniversary of this company being in business, and we're doing it with free pancakes from the Pancake Man. Holly, it's nice of you to have all these people here, and by the way, thank you for breakfast.
Oh, yeah. It's always great. Did you catch all your pancakes?
When I was one of the first ones to go through, and he wasn't warmed up throwing yet, but if people maybe heard a little bit of a cheer noise just a moment ago, that was someone catching a pancake.
He's doing some serious distance throwing.
I know, right? I'm like, I didn't have to either. I chose not to.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it could have gone well. You know what? It doesn't go well with white pancakes, and
That's
quite.
true. Yeah.
So-
But, and my problem is if you threw a football at me, I might miss it. But if you throw food at me, I'm never going to miss it. Holly, last time you were on the show was a few months ago, and we were talking about this crazy, home buying market. And, you guys are not realtors, you're mortgage brokers, but you
Right.
have your finger on that pulse. Is the housing market as crazy and overheated as it was a few months ago, or does it seem like it's getting a little more reasonable?
I would say it's getting a little bit more reasonable. I think there's still multiple offer scenarios out there, just maybe not as crazy as it was. Honestly, I'm not seeing some of the values coming in quite as high as what the market was holding before. They're coming in a little bit more, so you're having some appraisals not quite meeting the accelerated offers that are out there. But you know what? We still have great values. The appreciation is still good. It's always a good time to buy. I mean, people are like, well, we're going to take a back seat and not get into the market. Why? Even if you have to pay, at a 2.5% or 3% rate for that matter, you're still going to be able to afford that extra $10,000 in that price.
Well, and the other thing is, there's been so much new construction lately. I mean, when you drive around the suburban frontier, as I like to call it, it is, especially for a construction nerd like me, it's fun to see all these houses popping
I think
up.
we needed them.
Crazy.
We need more housing, right?
There's new entrants in the market as far as residential developers. We're getting national players in developing subdivisions and things like that. When it comes to a mix over the last few years, are you seeing more new construction versus existing home sales?
You know what we do primarily, most of our market is existing, but I'll tell you there are a lot more new construction. So a handful of what we do is the permanent financing on the construction. We don't do the construction loan ourselves. We work with some of the banks around here, or if the builder carries their own loan, then we do the financing and get the pre-approval ready when they're ready to finish and that house is completed. So we have a few right now that we're like, we'll email and it's like, okay, what's your date? Is your date still where it's at? Sometimes they're running into a little bit of delay just because of supply. Yes, the labor.
A new construction we're seeing, I've heard a lot of stories about there's delays in construction. It's taking people longer to get their home turned over.
Probably the appliances. I've heard that.
Yeah.
I suppose.
I'm waiting for an oven.
Well, Holly, congratulations on 30 years in business. You have a fantastic company. We're so happy to be able to partner with you. And like I said earlier, thanks for having us all over for breakfast.
Oh, my gosh. Well, thank you guys for coming out here, setting this up, being out here, helping me celebrate.
That's a great day. It's a great day.
Come on
Thanks,
down.
Holly.
And we want you guys to come in and join us. We have the Pancake Man here, and there is room for people to sit down. We've had people kind of coming and going. Shoot, I'm looking out here. I even see Scott Voorhees from KFAB standing in the middle of the parking lot. So we've got radio royalty in this place. But at any rate, we're going to take our break. You are listening to Grow Omaha live on location from 114th and Davenport. Show's brought to you by D&M Roofing and NAI NP Dodge. Back in a jiffy on News Radio 1110 KFAB. And welcome back to Grow Omaha, the area's only show focused on the growth and development of your favorite city, and what a city it is. We're going to talk about some big industrial projects happening in Sarpy County. But first, know this. We are live on location at Eagle Mortgage. Office is located right at 114th and Davenport. I look out, I see a tent, and under the tent are a bunch of people eating pancakes. Holly and her team have opened up the parking lot for a free pancake breakfast. So if you want to come by and meet the Eagle Mortgage team, say hi to Trenton and me. We'd love to have you. Pancakes, sausage, all sorts of festivities. Trenton, you could not order a better day.
Oh, it's beautiful. Not much wind, but the sun is shining and it's cool out.
I've always thought whenever you have a day like this, we wouldn't even need to have the Grow Omaha show, because Omaha would have like 16 million people because the weather's so nice today.
Absolutely. Come down. They're serving pancakes till 10:30 a.m. at 114th and Davenport, just south of Dodge Street. You can see the big white tents.
And one of our other sponsors besides Holly and Eagle Mortgage, of course, is D&M Roofing. We love those guys because they take such good care of both commercial and residential building owners who are either putting on a new roof, fixing a roof, or maintaining a roof. You can find them at dndmroofing.com. All right, we got some cool news during our commercial real estate development spotlight brought to you by Noddle Companies. We always do that in the middle of the show, and we like to focus on news at a Noddle Company development. And today, Trenton, we are talking about Exarban Village. I think most people have probably heard of it.
Especially if they listen to the show.
And in Exarban Village is a place called Interrail Food Hall, one of my favorite places to go for lunch.
About 8 restaurants.
And there's a new one. There's a new one coming. This one is going to be called Smash Omaha. It'll sell smash burgers. It's actually owned by a husband and wife team out of Tennessee, and when you look at their Facebook page for Smash Omaha, they describe it as, quote, amazing smash burgers and some killer chicken sandwiches. I'm a sucker for a killer chicken sandwich, I can tell you that. Smash burgers too. Grand opening will be October 8th. And it's my understanding they're replacing an existing retailer in the food hall. But so come check that out on October 8th if you're into smash burgers, Smash Omaha. Last week we talked about Contour Nails, an upscale nail salon. This will be kind of like across 67th Street from
Great vibe at Exarban Village.
And that is your commercial real estate development spotlight brought to you by Noddle Companies. Noddle Companies works in multiple states, is Omaha-based, has many developments in this area. In addition to Exarban Village, they've got River's Edge, Steel Ridge, Nebraska Medicine, Village Point Medical Campus, and others. Well, Trenton, we want to talk about a couple of big projects that are happening in Sarpy County right now. And one of those is a sign that development on the Highway 50 corridor is going way further south than a lot of people thought would happen at this time. So if you go down to Springfield, the small city of Springfield, Nebraska, in Sarpy County, right at the corner of Highway 50 or 144th Street and Platteview Road, we've got a big-time project happening.
Yeah, congratulations to our friends over at Nebraska Warehouse, a longtime developer, third-party logistics and warehouser. They're building 175,000 square feet. There's one tenant's 138,000 square feet. It sounds like they got the other 37,000 square foot leased. This is the Myers family, really good people. And that whole corridor, it doesn't just stop with the internet companies and the Googles and the Facebooks and the Amazons, but Nebraska Warehouse took a big chunk of property right there at Platteview Road and Highway 50.
Well, and that is just right about 2 miles south of the latest Facebook phase. Actually, a little bit less, perhaps, but because that's right at what is that, Cape Hart Road, and then you have, is it Fairview, and then you have Platteview, or something like that. Sometimes I get my Sarpy County east-west roads mixed up a little bit, but that's a heck of a project down in that area. And if you go a little bit further north, if you're closer to Highway 370 and 144th, vertical construction is now going up on the future FedEx distribution center.
Absolutely, about 150th, just on the south side of 370 by 88 Tactical. I went to their groundbreaking, and they're doubling the size of their building right there. You can see that big tower right there with the eagle on it. And also, don't forget about the corner of, I think, what is that, just north of the National Cemetery, where Metro Community College has, what do they have, like a quarter section or something like that?
Yeah, it's about a quarter section.
To build a campus there. And so that'll be a huge addition, too.
I haven't heard anything about that project in a while, but I presume it's still just waiting its time or abiding its time.
Well, I think with all their expansions they've had at their other campuses, I think that they're better off now waiting till now, because the technology has changed, the education demands have changed, and they're certainly going to be in a prime position there. That was a good buy.
You mentioned you went to the groundbreaking for the 88 Tactical expansion on Thursday. You're a member there. Tell us a little bit about the groundbreaking, what that project's going to be like. What was the message? What was the vibe?
The vibe was good. It was very vibrant, good party, and they're going. I think it's gonna be over 60,000 feet. They're going to more than double that facility, more shooting lanes. But they're also going to do a lot of family stuff. They're going to have a year-round ice skating rink, which is actually synthetic. I don't know if it's acrylic or what they use, but I think you use regular ice skates, I'm told. And they're going to have fire pits. They're going to have one of the largest sports bars in the country, or excuse me, in the state. It's going to be big. And but they're going to do a lot of outdoor amenities as well as indoor. They already have 24-hour exercise facility, and they want to kind of make an alternative to golfing or country club.
Of course, the projects that we always talk about in that area, the massive 2.5 million square foot Amazon warehouse. I drove by that this week, and I saw semi-truck trailers backed up to the docks.
It looks done.
So it looks like they might kind of be using it already, even though there still seems to be some construction signs on the outside. And then, of course, we keep talking about the Facebook project, which is epic, but that Google project, which is between Amazon and Facebook, the other one of the three FANG companies that we have right on that corridor, they keep going and going, and they've really done a lot of grading on the western edge of that project. So it looks like
it's almost a mile to the west, isn't it?
Yeah, you're going to see a lot more. You're going to see a lot more construction there. So at any rate, we're going to take our final break of the hour, and when we come back, it'll be time for the lightning round, brought to you by Turner Construction. And looking at my list, I see all sorts of things on the lightning round, and as always, it will include some new restaurant stuff. So we love talking about restaurants. And we are live on location from Eagle Mortgage. We're going to be serving free pancakes for about another 45 minutes. It goes till 10:30. So that gives you some time, but don't be a procrastinator. Get on out here to Eagle Mortgage and have a pancake with us and enjoy this beautiful weather. You're listening to Grow Omaha on News Radio 1110 KFAB. Well, good morning and welcome to the show. We are glad to be back here live on location from Eagle Mortgage Company, 114th and Davenport. Holly Schneidwind's mother-in-law stopped by during the break, and she said she has a cousin, Kathy, in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, from Omaha originally. Omaha Ties always listens, so hello, Kathy in Harrisburg.
Thanks, Kathy. We have a far reach, ladies and gentlemen.
That is true. With the streaming service, it's pretty much anywhere on Earth where you can get internet. And this is the Lightning Round, brought to you by Turner Construction. Turner Construction is building Omaha, and they're famous around here for that massive Sarpy County data center project at Highway 50 and Schramm Road, Cape Hart Road area. But and we were talking about that earlier, but they do so much more than just that. So many small and medium projects as well. And they take good care of their clients, really work with you to find out what you want in your building and make sure to deliver that building. And they've got a good track record of high quality and meeting budgets and providing outstanding customer service. So we thank Turner Construction for sponsoring the Lightning Round. So Trent and I was on Omaha Food Lovers this morning.
Great site.
Yeah, I love that site. And there was something on there. There was an announcement that said that Broncos is teaming up with Rotella's. So Broncos is going to start using Rotella's buns for their burgers.
That's a good choice.
I know it is, but that's a big change. Broncos is legendary around here. To change anything is kind of epic. All right, Elkhorn area is getting its own Chipotle. Dirt work is underway on a pad site right in front of the Menards
with a Chipotlane.
With a Chipotlane right in front of Menards Home Improvement near 204th and West Dodge Expressway. And so everyone likes a Chipotle. Now, I had heard that Chipotle might also be going down by 204th and Q, but that might just be a rumor.
I have not heard that yet, but I would not be surprised.
I've also heard that another fast food restaurant or two might be going into that same area. So time will tell.
I'm working with a few restaurants in quick serve restaurants, and people are, even though there's a labor shortage, people are still hungry out there, and there's certainly looking for, especially when they have delivery and drive-through options.
People are still hungry, which is why a lot of people are having free pancakes here at Eagle Mortgage today, 114th and Davenport. North Point Recovery has opened a 44-bed inpatient treatment facility for addiction recovery patients. It's in a renovated building at 7215 Ontario Street, $10 million center. And this is a Boise, Idaho company that also has centers in Denver and Seattle. If you heard the cheer, that means that someone caught a pancake on
that. That was
plate.
about a 50-foot throw right there.
Really? It was pretty impressive. That's pretty good. Again, if someone's throwing food at me, I'm probably not going to miss it. So Brad Williams, our official photographer here on the Grow Omaha show, posted a great photograph a couple days ago of the steel beams going in for Steel House Omaha.
The Grow Omaha Facebook page?
Yeah, so you might want to go and take a look at that. You can and really see the progress there. Also, about a day before that, if I remember correctly, he posted photographs of the brand new Simmons Aviary at Henry Doorly Zoo.
That was unbelievable. I mean, it looks like a botanical gardens.
Yeah, very, very nice, and it looks like they redid all of the walkways. I've not personally gone in there to see it yet, but hopefully I'll get there sometime soon. Trenton, you were involved in this deal. Tommy's Express Car Wash in Papillion. Dirt work is now underway, 84th and Highway 370.
Yeah, this is a long time coming. It's the southwest corner of, 84th and 370 is Washington Street. And CVS had bought this like around 2013 and sat on it. We put a deal. It was a very complicated deal with the development agreement with the city and everything else, but it went through. Pat Sullivan was the attorney down in Stark County that did an amazing job. I want to give a shout out to him. But Mitchell Management is going to build a full-service Tommy's Express car wash there, and it's going to be fast-tracked.
And then since we are talking about Papillion, just a little bit to the west of that Tommy's Express car wash, at 114th and Highway 370, a come-and-go convenience store, gas station is getting really close to opening. That looks like it could happen maybe within the next month.
Yep.
And good color commentating there. All right, we have a new. It was the shortest color commentator answer. Okay, we have a new retailer that is a startup coming to the area. It's called Urban and Slate. It plans to open at 1314 South 205th Street, so it'd be kind of Elkhorn area. The opening target date is the first week of November. This store will sell home accents, small furniture pieces, and seasonal decor. That's obviously kind of a hot category these days.
It's good to get those kind of retailers, not just the usual suspects, to go out west as well.
So you like burritos, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Burrito Envy is now open at 124th and Maple in a former Kolache factory space. And they are originally from Benson and have quite the following there in Benson.
Well, check it out.
Yeah, so they are open now, and if you are in the mood for a burrito, that's a place where you could get one. All right, as we said, we've got free pancakes here at Eagle Mortgage. We are celebrating the 30th anniversary of this company. If you want to stop by, they'll be serving pancakes for another 35 minutes. We're at 114th and Davenport Street. And come by and say hi. Trent and I will be here for another half hour as well. So that's it for this week. Hope everyone has a great week. I'm Jeff Beals.
And I'm Trenton Magid.
You've been listening to Grow Omaha, brought to you by DNM Roofing and NAINP Dodge and Eagle Mortgage. We'll chat with you next week at 9 o'clock right here on News Radio 1110 KFAB. If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.